Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to Agudath Israel Etz Ahayem Synagogue here in Montgomery, Alabama. I am Rabbi Scott Kramer. Welcome to our Shabbat morning service. We are praying out of Sidor Lev Shalem. And we begin today's service, page 103, with the Birchot HaShachar, the blessings of the morning. Please rise if you are able. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech olam asher natan lasech vivina lavkin ben yom uven laila. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech olam shesani b'tzomahom. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech olam shesani ben chorin. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech olam shesani Yisrael. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech olam Pokeach Ivrim. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech olam Mabish Aramim. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech olam Matir Asurim. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech olam Zokef Kefufim. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech olam Rakar Etzal Hamayim. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech olam Hamechin Mitzrei Gaver. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech olam Sha'asa likol tzarki. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech olam Ozes Rebbe Gvura. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech olam Otes Rebbe Tifara. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech olam Hanotein Layoev Koach. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech olam. Uteneinu hayom v'choyom l'chin l'chesed rachim b'menecha v'necho en v'ting melena chesedim tovim. Baruch Adonai gomer chesedim tovim le'amo Yisrael. You may be seated, page 112. Hayom yom Shabbat Kodesh hayom halvi'im omrim b'veit hamikdash mizmor shir le'yom haShabbat. Yinuvun b'sev deshenim chanim yu lagid kiyoshanat suri v'lo avla tabo. Page 120. Mizmor shir chanakat tabayel David. Facht mispedil mochli pitak tisaki vaskani simcha laman yizamech vadveloidom Adonai Elohai lelamodeka. We rise, page 122. Baruch she'amar ve'ayolam Baruch hu. Baruch severeshi. Baruch omev Baruch kozerim kayem. Baruch mirachim al haaretz. Baruch mirachim al habriot. Baruch mishalim sachar tov l'reav. Baruch chai v'kayam la'netzach. Baruch p'namatzio. Baruch shemo. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Yachid chel mi melech mishabak v'dei shema gadol. Baruch Adonai melech mulal batishpachot. You may be seated, page 136. Ashrei Yoshvei Veitech Od Yulachasel Hashem Shkach Lo Hashem Shaloi Dila David. Ntilat Adonai deber pi v'varek b'shar shem kadsholelam v'ad v'anachnu nevarech yam yatav yelam Hallelujah. Page 141. Hallelujah. Hallel b'kadosh b'kiya uzo. Hallelujah v'gvorotav grov gudlo. Hallelujah b'tikashav halemeneva v'chinor. Hallelujah b'tofamacho. Hallelujah b'minim v'yugav. Hallelujah v'tzil tzlei shalom. Hallelujah b'tzil tzlei trua. Kol neshama talaya. Hallelujah. Kol neshama talaya. Hallelujah. Baruch Adonai le'olam amen v'amen. Baruch Hametzion Shchein Yerushalayim. Hallelujah. Baruch Adonai Elohim Elohei Yisrael said Nifle Levado. Uvaruch Shem Kavodo Lilam Melech Vet Koharetz. Amen v'amen. Page 140 something. Sorry. 145. Nishmahat kochai tivarech et shimacha Adonai Eloheinu. Kadash, O Makalohot, Revavot, Tamachobet Yisrael. Lahodahod, Lahalehi, Leshabeach, Leferle, Ramim Ladil, Verek Lalelo, Kale, Sal Kol, Divrei Shirot Vatishbachod, David ben Yishai, Avdecha Meshichecha, Yishtabach Shimacha La'ad Malkeinu. Berachot vehodot mi'atavi yahad ulam baruch et Adonai melech gadol batishpachot elodot Adonai niflaot habocher b'shirei zimara melecheo cheolamim. We continue with Shacharit, page 149. We rise for the Baruch Hu, the call to worship. Baruch Hu et Adonai Mevorach. Baruch Adonai Baruch Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch et Adonai Eloheinu Melech Olam. Yotzeh V'rech Oshech Oseh Shalom Avarei et Hakol. Hakol Yoduch V'Yakol Yishabechucha. In kirchach Adonai Eloheinu b'olam hazeh v'yeina zulat chmachen l'chayei ulam haba. Efes b'golin lemot HaMashiach v'yein do melech Moshienu letchiyat hametim. Eladon al kol hamasim baruch umvarach B'fi kol nishama gadlo v'tuvo malei olam da'atu dvuna sova v'imoto hamid goeh chayot hakodesh v'nedar b'chava hudal merkava zechutu mishor lifnei chiso chesed v'rachamim lifnei chavodo atovim biyorot shebara Eloheinu yitzaram b'dat Bevina uvaskel koach ugvura natan bahem liod moshlim bekerev tehivel malem zivam mafikim noga naezivam bechol haolam semechin betzeitam v'sasim bevawam osim b'yem haritzon konam b'yer v'chavod notnim lishmot tzala Verina lezecher malchuto kara lashemesh vayizrachocha vehiki tzuratal vana שבק נותנים לו כל צבא מרון, תפארת וגדולה, שרפים ויופנים וחיות הקודש. לאלה ששבת מכל המסים ביום השביעית עלה וישב על כיסא כבודו. תתברך מושיענו השבח מעשה ידיך ויאמר שעשיתי יפה וכסלה. Page 153. תתברך שורמנו מלכנו וגואלנו ברי קדושים. וכולם פותחים את פיהם בקדושת תורה, בשיעור זמרם, מברכים שבחים דברים מריצים, ומקדישים וממליכים את שמו אל המלך הגדול, הגיבור והנורא קדוש הוא. וכולם מקבלים עליהם מלכות שמיים זה מזה, ונודרים רשות זה לזה, להקדיש לעצם מנחת רוח בשפה ורבנים קדושה, כולם כאחד עונים ואומרים ביראה, קדוש 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 אדוני צבאות מלוך על הארץ כבודו. ואופנים וחיות הקודש פרש קדום מנצל מצרפים, למותם משבחים ואומרים ברוך אדוני ממקומו לאל ברוך נמות איתנו. אור חדש על ציון תאיר, ונזכה כולנו מהרה לאורו. אור חדש על ציון תאיר, ונזכה כולנו מהרה לאורו. ברוך אתה אדוני יומך, ולא נבוש לעולם ועד. ולא נבוש לעולם ועד, כי בשם קודשך הגדול והנורא בטחנו, נגילה ונשמחה, נגילה ונשמחה בישועתך, והביאנו לשלום מארבע כנפות הארץ, ותוליכנו קוממיות לארצנו, כי אל פועי ישועת אתה, ובנו בחרת מכוח ולשון, וקרבתנו לשמך הגדול, סלע באמת. להודות לך וליחדך באהבה. ברוך אדוני הבוחר בימו ישראל באהבה. שמע ישראל אדוני אלוהינו אדוני אחד. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם להיות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך והיה אם שמוע תשמעו. Vayomer Adonai Moshe lemor daber el bnei Yisrael v'yamart alehem v'yasu lahem tzitzit al kanfei v'gdehem ladoratam v'natnu al tzitzit hakana petil techelet v'haya lachem letzitzit uritem oto Uzchartem et kol mitzvot Adonai v'asitem otam v'lo tatu acharei levavachem v'acharei nechem asher tem zonim achareihem leman dizgaru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'hitem kedoshim leloechem ani Adonai Eloechem Asher hotzeiti etechem me'eretz Mitzrayim leod lachem Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem Adonai Elohechem emet v'yatziv v'nechom v'chayam v'yashav v'ne'eman v'ahuv v'achvi v'chnad v'mekubal L'dovedo kayam u'shmo kayam v'chiso nachon malchuto v'imanato le'ad kayam et udvar v'chay. Emet shato Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu malkeinu melech avotenu go'elenu go'el avotenu yotzenu tzur yushatenu podenu matzalenu me'elam shemecha ein Elohim zulatecha Ezrat avotenu atahu me'olam. Ram v'nisa gadol v'nora mashpil geim magbi hashfalim Motzi esichim foren avim v'ozed alim v'yahon eliamo b'yed shavam elav tehilot le'elyon brachim brach Moshe u'miyam uvnei eschalachan neshira b'simcha rabba v'yameru chulam mi chamocha Bo'elim Adonai mi kamocha nedor b'kodesh nora tehilot o seifele shira chadasha shibechu geulim nashimcha asafat hayam yachad kulam odu Ve'imlechu v'yameru Adonai yimloch le'olam v'oed Tzur Yisrael kuma b'ezrat Yisrael uvtechinu mecha Yehuda v'Yisrael go aleinu Adonai tzvaot shemo Kedosh Yisrael Baruch atah Adonai Ga'al Yisrael. We continue with the Amidah, beginning together on page 159. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei Avotenu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak ve'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel ve'Elohei Leah הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות, ומביא גואל לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר, פקד ומשיח ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ומפקד צבא. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיה מתים הטהרה להושיע, מוריד הטל, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיה מתים ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים מרופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר, מחמוך בעל גבורות, ומידו מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה. ונאמן אתה לחיות מתים, ברוך אתה אדוני, לחיי המתים. נקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמעתי שמותו משמי מרום, ככתוב ביד נביאך, וקרא זה אל זה ויאמר, קדוש קדוש קדוש, אדוני צבאות, מלך על הארץ כבודו. אז בכל רעש גדול וחזק משמיעים קול, מתנשאים למצרפים, לימתם ברוך יאמרו, ברוך אדוני ממקומו. ממקומך מקינו תופיע, ותמלוך עלינו כי מחכים אנחנו לך. מתי תמלוך בציון בקרוב, בימינו לעולם ועד תשכון. תתגדל ותתקדש בתוך ירושלים נירך, לדור ודור ולנצח נצחים. ויעננו תירנה תירנה מלכותך, כדבר אמור בשברי עוזך, על ידי דוד משיח צדקך, ימלוך אדוני לעולם, לחייך ציון לדור ודור, הללויה. לדור ודור נגיד גודלך, ולנצח נצחים קדושך נקדיש, ושיבחך מפינו לא ימוש לעולם ועד, כי המלך קדוש וקדוש אתה, ברוך אתה אדוני, אוי לקדוש. And we will now transition to our virtual Torah service, page 168. Ein kamocha va'Elohim Adonai v'ein k'maasecha malchutecha malchut kol olamim u'memshaltecha bechol dor v'dor. Adonai melech, Adonai malach, Adonai yimloch le'olam voed, Adonai oz le'amo yitein, Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom, avo rachamim, heitiv avirtzoncha et Zion. Tivnech omod Yerushalayim, Tivnech omod Yerushalayim. Ki vecha levad batachnu, melech eram v'nisa, Adon olamim. We rise. Vayehi ben Zoharon, Vayomer Moshe, Kum ha-Adonai, v'yafutzu oyevecha, v'yanusu misanecha, mipanecha, ki mitzion tetzei Torah, ki mitzion tetzei Torah, Udevar Adonai Mirushalayim, Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah, Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah, Liamo Yisrael B'kedushato, Baruch Shabbat Damari Alma. Yehu Tachim Yamach Yisrael Olam. An Hatagat Kudisha Barichut. Bebe Anarachet Velish Mekadisha Kadisha Yakira Anahem Martush Bechan Beyanarachet Beyanarachet Velish Mekadisha Kadisha Yakira Anahem Martush Bechan Yeirava Kadamach Tetitach Libi Bi'orayeta V'tashlim Meshalim Delibi Lebi Badechol Amach Yisrael Letavu Chaim Ve'lishlam. Amen. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Gadol Shemo.
Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Gadol Shemo.
Gadol Adonai Iti, Ramema Shemo Yachdav, Lecha Adonai Agedula v'hagevura v'hatiferet v'hanetzach v'hahod Kicho b'shamayim uvaretz Kicho b'shamayim uvaretz Lecho Adonai amamlacha V'yamid na'aseh lecho l'rosh ramemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu lahadam raglav kadoshu ramemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu la'ar kadsho ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu. You may be seated. We begin a new book of the Torah this morning, the fourth book of the Torah, the book of Bamidbar, or Numbers. We are in the second triennial, so we start actually in chapter 2 of Numbers, verse 1, page 774. Vayedaber Adonai el Moshe ve'el Aaron lemor ish al digalo ve'otot leveit avotam yachanu b'nei Yisrael mineged saviv lo hamoed yachanu hachonim kedma mizracha adegel machane Yehuda letzivotam V'nasi livnei Yehuda Nachshon ben Aminadav Otzva'ov kudehem arba v'shivim elef v'shesh me'od v'achonim alam matei Yisachar V'nasi livnei Yisachar Netanel ben Su'ar Utzva'ov kuda kudav Arba v'chamishim elef arba me'ot Matei Zevulun v'nasi livnei Zevulun Eliab ben Chelon Utzva'om uvkudav Shiv'a v'chamishim elef arba me'ot Kol apkudim Nabachane Yehuda Me'at elef u'shmonim elef V'sheshet alafim v'arba me'od letzivotam Rishonim Yisa'u. The Lord spoke to Moses and Aaron, saying, The Israelites shall camp, each with his standard, under the banners of their ancestral house. They shall camp around the tent of meeting at a distance. Camped on the front, on the east side, the standard of the division of Judah, troop by troop. Chieftain of the Judahites, Nachshon ben Aminadav. His troop has enrolled 74,600. Camping next to it, the tribe of Issachar. Chieftain of the Issacharites, Netanel, son of Tzuar. His troop has rolled 54,400. The tribe of Zebulun, chieftain of Zebulunites, Eliab ben Chelon. His troop has enrolled 57,400. The total enrolled in the division of Judah, 186,400 for all troops. These shall march first. So the beginning of Numbers, they're finally leaving Sinai, and they're beginning their supposed quick march to Canaan, but they run into a little bit of problems, and they get delayed 39 years because they didn't listen to God. And they decide to send spies, but that's another portion. For now, they're arrayed in a box. There's 12 tribes, 3 on each side. The tribe of Judah is at the vanguard. They are in front, and he is flanked by Zebulun and Issachar, sorry. So they're not exactly in birth order. They're in some other type of order. And so they're in a box, and what's in the middle is the tent of meeting. That's where the desert sanctuary, the Mishkan, is located. And somehow 4 million people are supposed to march in unison so that they keep their order. No idea how they would do that. That's a lot of people to try and keep organized. And then they would set up their tents so that every morning when they got up, they opened their tent, and where did they look? They looked to the center. They looked towards the Mishkan, and the Mishkan is a mobile Mount Sinai, if you will. They have left Mount Sinai. That's where the children of Israel received the Torah. They received, Moses went up the mountain. He comes down, they leave, and they need some type of physical reminder that Sinai is still with them. So they have the Mishkan, and every time they march, they look towards the center, and they see their God in their midst. And the rest of the chapter just talks about the other 3 sides, and how many. It's interesting. Each tribe has a chieftain in front of it, and as I talked about last night, the chieftain of the tribe of Yehuda is Nachshon ben Aminadav, who we don't really hear from that much. We know that he's the brother of Aaron's wife, Elisheva, but other than that, the Torah really doesn't have anything to say about him. But the Midrashists find a use for him as the one that first goes into the sea before the sea splits at the Sea of Reeds. So Nachshon ben Aminadav is the very first one mentioned of the Israelites before they start marching through the desert. I'm going to just end with that. My throat is a little sore this morning. Pray for those who in need of a prayer of healing in and out of our community. Mishberach Avotinav Gam Yitzhak Yaakov Sharf Garach V'Leahu Yivarech V'Chapet Marjorie Allen, Charles Miller, Leon Capuano, Lynn Shaw, Kay Booley, Esther Scheuer, Susanna Urbala, Roby Goldfield, Deanna Barber, Susie Bierman, Elizabeth Fomby, Malka Amster, Betty Ehrlich, Michelle Zucker, Davina Machado, Stephen Hirschman, Taraz Bat Ruth, Marcia Hudson, Billy Canary, Taylor Browning, Ephraim Avraham Ben Esther Bacha, Noah Baron, Sarah Shoshana Bat Naomi Rivka, Yael Bat Naomi Rivka, Gittel Tamar Bat Miriam, and Noah Argamani. Noah Argamani is one of the hostages that has been captive for about 9 months, and she was just rescued this morning. So, and is alive, along with 3 other hostages. Bert.
And Bohm, Village Shapal.
Diane Warwick and
V'et kol achim b'kila kadusha Agudath Etz Ahayem v'kilenta bo bethor kadosh b'chayim alei rachamim aleihim Lachzikam kapotam vishlach lemir forshlim and ashmat nefesh fudakuf betok shachale asher Shabbat til mizokor fuah karov of hashtabagalav esman kariv v'nomar amen. And I pray refuah shlema. May all those in and out of our midst have a quick and complete healing, including all of the hostages that are remaining. With that, we will go ahead and rise and we'll return the virtual Sefer Torah, page 183. Hallelujah, Shem Adonai, Ki niskav Shema levado, Odo haleretz, B'shamayim v'yaren, Keren le'amo, Tila lecho, Chasidav, Livnei Yisrael am karovo. Hallelujah, hallelujah, mizmor leDavid, Avul Adonai b'nei Elim, Avul Adonai kavod, Avul Adonai kevod shemo, Ishtachavu Adonai behad kodesh, Kol Adonai al hamayim, Elakav irim Adonai hamayim rabim, Kol Adonai ba'koach, Kol Adonai be'adar, Kol Adonai shover arazim, V'yishaber Adonai et hozei al vadom, V'yarkidem kemo egel, Livanem b'siryam kemo v'nreimim, Kol Adonai chotzev lavotesh, Kol Adonai yachil midbar, Yachil Adonai midbar kadesh, Kol Adonai yecholel ayalot, Vayechesot yachod, uveichalo kulo merkavod, Adonai lamavul yashav, Yeshev Adonai melech leolam, Adonai os le'amu, Adonai yevarech et amo v'shalom, uvnucho yomar. Ki lekach tov natati lachem torati al tazovu, Etz Ahayem l'machazikim ba b'tovcheha meushar tirachea darchenoam v'chol netivoteha shalom hashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashuva chadesh amenu kekedem. Maybe seated. In Judaism, the Talmud teaches that as a baby is growing and developing in the mother's womb, a personal angel is sent to teach that child all there is to know about God, His Word, and the truth about life. This idea is derived from the verse in Proverbs, which states, "Then he taught me, and he said to me, take hold of my words and with all your heart, keep my commands, and you will live." First we are taught all there is to know about life, and then we are sent to live. However, just before a baby is born, the angel touches it, and it forgets everything. Still, there is one thing that remains with us from the spiritual encounter, the impression that the angel made on us, literally. The Jewish sages teach that the place that the angel touches us is right between our nose and our mouth. Anatomically, this place is called the philtrum. The vertical indentation, you can feel it, in the middle portion of the upper lip. And if you look closely at the philtrum, it does look like an imprint of a fingertip. Interesting story, you might think, but what's the point? Why would God send us an angel to teach us everything only to make us forget it? The answer is that while the knowledge may be forgotten, it isn't gone. It remains inside us. We need only to uncover it. Think of it this way. When you forget where you put your car keys, it happens all the time, you can eventually remember where you placed them because that knowledge is there somewhere, but it's impossible to remember where someone else put them because that information is not in you. Or perhaps you've had the experience of forgetting how to get to a place you've been before. That happens every time I get in a car. But you know that when you see the right roads, you'll remember. Not good in my case. Not all that is forgotten is gone. In fact, our forgotten wisdom can guide us through our lives. Either we can connect with the knowledge deep within us, or we can be guided by knowing the truth when we see it because we have seen it before. Either way, the good news is that God doesn't send us into the world clueless. All we need to know is with us. We need only to uncover the truth and bring it into our lives by our own effort. The next time you feel confused or out of answers, touch the place where the angel touched you. In doing so, you also will be placing your finger over your lips. This is the message that your personal angel left for you. Be still, be quiet, and remember. The answers are all inside each one of us. We just need to be willing to search and work for the wisdom we need and be confident that we will find it. The answers are right under our nose. Shabbat Shalom. And we will continue with Musaf. Please rise. And we will join together, page 185. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avoteinu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah El Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora El Elyon Gomer Chasadim Dovim V'Konei Hakol V'Zocher Chastei Havot U'Mevi Goy Levnei V'neihem Namhan Shemo B'Yahava Melech Ozer Fokedu Mashiach U'Magen Baruch Atah Adonai Magen Avraham Ufaked Sarah Atah Gibor Le'lam Adonai Mechaye Metimato Rab Lehoshia Marid Atal Mechalkei Ochai Bechesed Mechaye Metim Berachamim Rabim Somech Noflim Rofei Cholim Umatir Asurim Umekayem Emunato Lishene Afar Micham Mocham Bal Kivurot Umido melech, melech memit umechayeh, umatzmiach Yeshua, v'ne'eman ata l'chayot metim, Baruch ata Adonai, mechayeh hametim, na'aritzecha v'na'kadishcha, kesod siach, tzarfei kodesh, hamakdishim shimcha bakodesh, kakatu vayad neviacha, v'kara ze v'yamar, Kadosh, 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 Adonai Tzavaot, Melech ha'aretz kevodo, kevodo malei olam misher tav sholim zeh lazeh, ayem bekom kevodo, liumatam baruch yomeru, baruch Adonai minkomo hifim barachim yachim yachadim, shemo erev avoke b'chol yom tamid, Amayim diavashma omerim, Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Hu Eloheinu Avinu, Hu Malkeinu Moshienu, Ve'hu Yashmienu Berachamav, Sheni le'enei kochai, leot lechem le'elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem, uvdivrei kachcha katuv lemor, yimloch Adonai le'olam, Elohai Yitzhiyam, ledor vador, hallelujah, ledor vador nagid godlecha, ulenetzach netzachim, kedushak denavdish, V'shivachach v'mipino le'mush le'lam va'ed ki el-melech kadov v'kadosh ata baruch ata Adonai ha'el l'kadosh. Dekanta Shabbat chatzi korbanot eretz v'yitam v'shem. Continue, page 204. En Keloheinu, en Kadonenu, en Kemalkeinu, en Kemoshienu, en Keloheinu, en Kadonenu, en Kemalkeinu, en Kemoshienu, mi Keloheinu, mi Kadonenu, mi Kemalkeinu, Moshienu, en Keloheinu, en Kadunenu, en Kemalkeinu, en Moshienu, no de Leloheinu, no de Ladunenu, no de Lemokenu, no de Lemoshienu, en Keloheinu, en Kadunenu, en Malkeinu, en Moshienu, Baruch Eloheinu, Baruch Adonenu, Baruch Malkeinu, Baruch Moshienu, en Keloheinu, en Kadonenu, en Malkeinu, en Moshienu, Atahu Eloheinu, Atahu Adonenu, Atahu Malkeinu, Atahu Moshienu, en Keloheinu, en Kadonenu, en Malkeinu, en Moshienu, Atahu Shekiru Avotenu levanecha et ketoret asamim, en Keloheinu, en Kadonenu, en Malkeinu, en Moshienu. And we rise for Aleinu as the ark is open, page 205. Aleinu l'shabayach l'adon hakol, l'ted gedula liotzer b'reishit, shelo asana k'goyei aratzot, v'lo samanu k'mishmachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, v'goraleinu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu korim, u'mishtachavim u'modim, l'fnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu, shehu notei shamayim v'yosed haaretz, u'moshev yikarahu b'shamayim mimal, u'shchinatu zo, Begavei meromim, Eloheinu Einod, Emed Malkeinu Evezulato, Kakatu Betorato, V'yadata Vashivota Elevavecha, Adonai Elohim, Bashamayim mimal, v'yal haaretz mitachat Ehud Elokein Gagadu b'toratech Adonai loch lilam voed v'hemar v'hai Adonai v'melech al kol haaretz bayom ma'u yeh Adonai echad u'shemo Echad. You may be seated. This week we will observe yahrzeits for Bobby Feldman, Sigmund Hallman, Ruth Pia, Fanny Silverman, Schofman, Revka Bonfeld, Samuel Lee Kramer, Esther Mendel, Jake Siegel, Jeanette Kapoya, Levi Ben Delfino, Margaret Rothschild Kling, Pauline Merenstein Davidson, Anthony Moscow Jr., Clara Spiegler, Allegra Cohen, Annie Smith, Elizabeth Turner, Albert Goldfinger, Nace Allen, and Adolph Miller. Those observing yahrzeit and those who mourn, please rise. Join me for the Kaddish Tome, the Mourner's Kaddish, page 207. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, v'yomad divrach chirutei, v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayichon v'yamechon, v'chayedachol beit Yisrael, ba'agalav izman kariv v'yimaru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam amen maya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitchomam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shmeid kudisha barichu leilam min kol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechamata da'amiran b'yama v'yimaru amen yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yimaru amen. Oseh shalom b'mirmav hu yaseh shalom Aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imaru. Amen. You may all be seated. Thank you so much for joining me for Shabbat services, both last night and today. 8:30 tonight, the Alabama Community Virtual Havdalah will meet to end Shabbat via Zoom. I sent out a note to our entire group. I'll send it to the congregation as well for those that didn't get it. But we are transitioning our Havdalah group to a monthly program, which will begin the first Saturday in July. Rabbi Steve Silberman wants to spend Havdalah with his family, and he misses that over 4 years, believe it or not. We've been doing this. And I will be retiring soon anyway, and Toria left the group. So we're looking to transition the group. Charles Barron will take over the program, but we'll do this Saturday and next Saturday will be our last one. It's bittersweet, I know. But I tell you what, it helped us survive the pandemic. We all forget what it was like. We all forget exactly what it was like, and it was awful. We all craved for connection with each other, and we found it through this group. We're thinking we'll transition on a high note. Hopefully it'll just continue from here. Monday morning there is services at 7:15 with breakfast following. There is a community meeting, a board meeting a congregational meeting on Monday night at 5 p.m. to vote in the new interim rabbi, Rabbi Zari Sussman, who will begin, by the way, on July 26th. That's the night of my retirement dinner. She's actually going to be here that weekend. And coming in the previous, we'll talk about that after she gets voted in. The next holiday of Shavuot begins Tuesday night, and we'll have services here at 6 p.m. And Shavuot holiday services will be Wednesday and Thursday, 9:30 a.m. The office will be closed. Shavuot is the end of the counting period that began with the second Seder. We counted 50 days, 7 weeks of 7 days plus 1, till the next holiday of Shavuot. Pesach celebrates the Exodus. Shavuot celebrates our arriving at Sinai and receiving the Torah. So please come to that. There will be Yizkor on Thursday. Next Saturday night, a week from today, week from today in the morning, we will celebrate the baby naming for Tara and Tyler Sexton's twin girls. So that will be next Saturday morning. We do need a lot of people to come so we can have a minyan, so we can have a full Torah service. So please make a point of that. It's June 15th. That's next Saturday. Services at 9:30. And what else is there? That's probably enough. That's probably enough. And then we'll go and we'll complete our service, page 211. Adon olam asher malach b'terem kol yitzir nivra li'ed nasa v'chefso kol azai melech shemo nikra azai melech shemo nikra v'yacharei kichlot hakol levado yimloch nora v'hu ayam v'hu oveh Vehu yeh betifara, vehu yeh betifara, vehu echad v'yein sheni lam shelo lehachbira, beli reshit, beli tachlit, v'lo hoz v'hamisra, v'lo hoz v'hamisra, vehu eli v'chai go'eli v'tzor chevli, B'yetzara, v'hu nisi umanosli, minat kosi b'yom mekra, minat kosi b'yom mekra, b'yado afkid ruchi, b'yet ishan v'yaira, v'im ruchi geviati, Adonai li v'lo ira, Adonai li v'lo ira. Shabbat shalom.